my name is Claudia and I'm with IDX. Today is Manifest Expo Day 1. Today we'll be discussing with senior thought leaders and partners about the supply chain ecosystem. Let's connect on idxtv.com for more comprehensive coverage. Let's talk. Good afternoon. My name is Claudia and I am with IDX. We are here at Manifest Expo 2025 Day 1. Today we have a special guest. His name is Tristan Bordallo and he is with I Am Freight.
And Freightopia.
Tristan, tell me a little bit about yourself and how you started your company and just a little bit of its background.
Well, I started in LTL trucking 2004. I was working as an agent and I went into owning my own brokerage in 2009, which is under a publicly traded company. I was also an agent for them. And so I just learned the LTL game, which is less than truckload. FTL is full truckloads. And then I went into my own, I wanted legacy when I turned 40 in 2018. So I said, I'm going to buy these trucks.
Yeah.
So I bought the 3 trucks and started with 3. And I also had a brokerage that I started at the same time. And here I am at Manifest, checking out what new tool or what new tech is available for trucking companies and trucking brokerages.
And what have you found so far at Manifest in terms of what can help truckers?
Honestly, not a lot. There's a lot of, I feel like it's geared towards the higher level executives versus the guys really doing the hard work, which is driving the trucks and owning the trucks. So a lot of the platforms are usually for the third parties, the middlemen.
Right.
Which, because I don't see any truck drivers here.
Right. I haven't seen any.
Have you seen one?
No, you're my absolute first.
Well, I don't even actually drive a truck.
Yeah.
I just own them, but I have proximity to them.
Proximity to a truck, yes.
Yeah, but
yes.
I have not seen one here at all.
No. I mean, I've noticed the same thing. You know, it's all solution based, and they don't really want to get into the nitty gritty of what it really takes to own a truck business. And so I'm fascinated. Like, what was that pivotal moment where you were like, okay, I need to change the direction in which I'm going, and I'm just going to buy a truck. What was that moment where you just made that decision?
Well, if you're in brokerage, you have what I call capabilities of actually getting a truck. Capability is a lot different than capacity. Capacity is the actual truck, the driver, and the trailer. I've spent 16 years of my life pretending like I had a truck. I would tell customers that I have capacity all day, when in reality, all I had was capabilities of getting capacity. Customers don't really check and say, oh, hey, is there really a truck? So that's what brokers do. We pretend like we have trucks.
Right.
And I'm not talking ship. I am just reporting.
Yeah.
That's the truth. And when I owned these trucks, I said, oh my gosh, this is so hard to do, especially in California, which is the hardest state to own an asset-based trucking company. But the problem is, the reason why I wanted to do it was because, going back to that question, it's so hard to find quality capacity that I had to build it for myself. Basically, I wanted to sleep at night.
Right.
Here I am selling to the customer that I have capacity, in which I have capabilities. I have no idea how I'm going to do it. But today, I'm so confident that I could actually cover it because I have the trucks.
Yeah, you actually have something that's tangible that you can utilize. I think that's really interesting that Manifest doesn't have anything to really offer you and your division. Yeah. I know that we spoke about this briefly, but you said that there was a self-driving truck in there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton. There's a guy. I think there's autonomous trucks in there. There's one autonomous truck that's in there. That's but regular guys, we can't afford that.
Right.
Unless the government subsidizes it for us, or in California there is.
Right.
But it's why? I mean, these trucks can go 1,200 miles with regular fuel. If I buy a truck that's 5 times as much, can only go 200 miles or 400 miles. in one charge, meaning they can only do one shift. My guys could do shifts, and it only takes them 30 minutes to fuel both sides of the tanks. So
Right.
it's not. And plus, here's the other thing that people don't realize. I just went to the California Trucking Association meeting, and one of the things are, oh, hey, go zero emissions, but carry 20% less freight. So how many customers do you think is going to support me? Say, hey, I just bought a $600,000 truck,
Right.
but you can only carry 20% less. You have to carry 20% less weight,
Right.
but you have to pay me double.
Right. Who's going to do that?
I don't know. If you know, can you tell me?
Yes,
Please.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's always going to get pushed onto the consumer, and you know,
Yes.
I know that what California just lifted that ban on, or what the necessary of having EVs by what was it, like 2030?
Yes, but
2030, something like that?
it's funny that it's actually just they took it away for. There's two parts to the rule.
Yeah.
There's ACF and ACT. ACF is actually for fleets to be zero emission. They took that away. But ACT is manufacturers still have to manufacture
Wow.
the trucks.
So who's going to buy them if it's not necessary anymore?
I don't know. So, but there's a lot of policies and politics in California that
Right.
we're still having to navigate. So the challenges that I have versus the other 47 contingent states, right?
Right.
We have to worry about policies and regulations that no other part of the country has to worry about.
Right. And you work primarily in California, or you're just based in California, and you cover domestic,
Yeah,
domestically.
we cross. So
Okay.
one of the reasons why I'm here is one of my customers that I am going to basically, because I go off, I always go after what my customer wants me to do. So they want me to be TSA, so all my drivers have to be TSA because they do a lot of export.
Right.
So what we have to do is we, I'm a middle mile guy. So I have to grab stuff from Arizona to Las Vegas, from Las Vegas to Northern California, San Diego, and bring it to LAX for him.
Right.
Right. So this is the reason why, we cross state lines, and we have to do that for our customers. And I go depending on wherever the customer wants me to go.
Right.
So I'm just not in California, but I still have to pay it because I'm domiciled in California.
Yes.
I still have to follow the rules
Right.
of California. So.
Yeah. And so I don't know how closely embedded you are with it, but can you give me your take on these recent trade policy changes in regards to new integrated regulations and tariffs? Do you have any opinion on that?
Yes. In fact, customers, LA is the biggest port.
Right.
So there are customers that we have are either importing from Mexico and that was a big funny joke. That lasted 2 days or 3 days?
Yeah, 2 days. Yeah.
So, but the tariffs do worry a lot of our customers because, California, there's a lot of Chinese accounts that I've ran into. I know they're worried about it. And not only does the fuel prices in California cost and trucking costs, now they have to worry about tariffs. So, and as you were saying earlier, consumer ends up paying for everything. So,
Right.
I don't know. It's a tough one.
Yeah, it is. We're definitely. We're highly adaptable.
Yeah.
But what advice can you give to people that are just clutching their dollars and kind of just living in this state of fear in regards to tariffs and if it really does go through?
I'm worried. I can't say I'm not. Because they're going to find other ways.
That's right.
And America first type of mentality, we don't have the infrastructure to meet the demands. I'm sure at anyone's home now, Amazon has a perfect attendance, right? And so we're addicted to buying stuff,
Right.
but we can't make them fast enough.
Right.
But I always think about it this way. Well, why can't we make one metal spatula? How many plastic ones do we have to make?
Right.
Because China's that's what they bring in, all this plastic stuff, all the goods that we're addicted to buying.
Well, every single thing that we're looking at and that we're wearing is from China in some capacity, so.
Not me. I'm
Not
not
you.
wearing Chinese stuff right now.
All American?
I think this is Italian and
Italian American. Okay, so a true
I'm just
patriot.
kidding. No, but I would, I worry about the quality of things.
Of course.
I'd rather buy one piece that costs a lot of money
Yes.
than 30 pieces that are going to be obsolete or made cheaply.
Right.
So,
You can wear it one time, use it one time, and you have
Done.
to trash it.
Yes.
And then you're ultimately spending more money.
yep.
And then, now with, everything, all this stuff coming in, like you're spending even more money.
And think about the global or environmental impact that has. Like, where do you think all of this stuff goes?
Right. And
Like-
well, especially in this circular, in this ecosystem, we're so heavily concentrated on sustainability, and now it's like we're doing the complete opposite.
Yeah, we want to save the world, but we
Right.
just keep buying stuff that's destroying the world.
Right. So yeah, it's just unhinged consumerism.
Yeah, and cheap stuff. Like,
I know.
how much cheap stuff can we get? Like, why don't we go quality? Like,
Right.
Forget America first. How about quality first?
Yeah. How about quality
Yeah.
first? I completely agree. So Tristan, I know that this is your first Manifest, right?
Yes.
So do you see yourself, attending Manifest again, or any other shows in relation to logistics and the supply chain? Do you see yourself going to any more of these, in the coming months or next year, whatever it is?
Well, it's great to meet my friends on LinkedIn. I've been really big on LinkedIn as promoting and advertising and
Right.
marketing what I could do, and that's how I ended up hanging out with. I mean, that's how I found you. I hang out with my customers who introduced me to everyone. It's like a network, and it just ends like this web of just connections, and that's what I love about this, because I love connecting. It's way better than, I'm old school. I mean, I'm 47.
Grassroots is the way to go.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
I love talking like this
Yep.
versus us on a Zoom call.
Right.
Versus, like, this is why I like going to these events,
Right.
is to be able to talk to people and figure out who's doing what.
Right.
So it generates a lot of ideas, and at the same time make new connections. And going back to the show part though, Manifest is a great show. I think it's but there's so much tech. I feel like there's a lot of overlapping, and it just the same thing over and over again. But it only takes one or two to change the
Right.
landscape, and I do like going more to things that are about trucking, like California Trucking Association's awesome.
Yeah.
And LATC, which is Los Angeles Transportation Club.
Yeah.
And Harbor Trucking Association, because it actually has so much value to the learning. Here it's fun, but the other events are all about learning.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, it's heavy on the education when it's a little bit more close knit.
And it's right after the Super Bowl, so you could come at Super Bowl, and then you're at Vegas, so it's so much
I'm
fun.
in Vegas. Yeah,
Yeah,
Super Bowl in Vegas is something else. Just wait until it's actually held here. I think that's going to be astronomical.
Yeah.
I'm definitely flying out for that. So Tristan, what? Obviously it's only day one of Manifest. We still have another day to go.
Is it really day one? I feel like it's been day 3 for me.
It's okay. Me too. In terms of day one, what has been your key takeaway today, and what are you looking forward to the most for tomorrow?
Well, I heard the best, this is my best takeaway today. Someone an awesome marketer that sold his company told me, "You don't know me, you don't think you need me yet, but you will need me." And that's what I want to say to my audience, or the customers that I want to get, is that
Right.
you don't know that you need me yet, but you will need me.
Right.
And I'm not selling tech. I am selling moving your stuff from point A to point B
Right.
without stealing it, being compliant, being a good human,
Right.
taking care of my drivers, taking care of the ecosystem as a whole, because no technology can do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You're definitely providing a much like an experience.
Yeah.
That we're so desperately missing, and honestly trying to just reestablish.
I deliver peace of mind.
There it is.
That's it. It's like, if I did it for my brokerage.
Yes.
I built a trucking company to deliver my peace of mind. I could do it for anyone else.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's awesome.
Awesome.
But Tristan, it was so lovely because when we were talking this morning, I was like, oh, okay, click. I'm so happy that we actually like finally got to meet, even though
This is way better than customs.
I know. Listen,
I'm
we actually met last night. So, I want to thank you so much for your time today. It was excellent to finally,
Awesome.
connect with you and, for sharing, your experience and, your trials and, tribulations, as well as the value that you have. And, how people can reach out to you. You said LinkedIn.
Yes, LinkedIn,
Okay.
Tristan Bordallo.
Okay.
And what I'm really proud about is I'm here to provide value, like true value.
Right.
That's what I want people to know is this is like my second mountain. I just want to provide value. And please fire me if I suck.
No, you're excellent. Fire me.
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah. Again, Tristan, it was absolutely lovely to connect with
Yeah.
you. And do you have any last closing statements before we wrap it up?
Nothing. Just thank
Nothing.
you so much for having me and letting me tell my story.
Absolutely.
And sharing the other part of this business that's not tech, but the real guys that move the freight.
Right.
And that's us, the trucking guys.
Yeah.
I know I'm not dressed like a trucker, but I'm advertising for them. I'm standing tall for them, or standing short, but like with shorts, I guess.
But like tall?
I don't know. Yeah, but
Like
tall.
short but
yeah.
tall?
Yeah.
It still counts. All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to IDX for day one of Manifest Expo. Again, my name is Claudia. This is Tristan, and we'll see you next time.